Hi everyone, welcome to James English. Yesterday, we started a new series called Seated English Pedagogy. In this particular series, we are focusing on the previous year questions and the analysis of each chapter. And yesterday we started with the first chapter, that is learning and acquisition. In learning and acquisition, we have altogether 22 questions which were asked in the previous exams. In the yesterday's video, we could complete only 10 questions. Today, let us continue with 11 to 22. And let us read the questions along with the options. At the end of the options, I will provide you the right key or the right answer. Shall we begin? Right. 11th question. Questions on language and acquisition. One of the objects of teaching vocabulary is not to dash, to able to use words in different contexts, develop active and passive vocabulary, enable learners to use the dictionary, understand the meaning of words. The question is very simple. One of the objectives or the principles or the aims of teaching vocabulary is not to enable learners to use the dictionary. Option 3 is the right answer. So, the objectives of teaching vocabulary is never intended to enable learners to use the art of dictionary. Hence, option 3 is the right answer. Next question. Active vocabulary consists of words which dash. Active vocabulary consists of words. Options: we use frequently in our daily life, we use occasionally, we use vocabulary which are difficult, we recognize and understand. Here, the right answer is we use frequently in our daily life because active vocabulary is actually part of our day-to-day conversation. Hence, the right answer is option 1. Next question. Combining of movement abilities with academics such as speaking a language is referred to as. See, I am providing each question along with its reference. You can find at the end of each question from which year this question has been taken. Okay. Combining the movement abilities with academics such as speaking a language is referred to as cognitive skills, affective skills, motor perception skills, interaction skills. Here, the right answer is motor perception skills because motor perception, it refers to the movement abilities. Next question. While learning vocabulary, learners connect one word with its related words and the words which can occur before and after it. What is this technique called? While learning vocabulary, learners connect one word with its related words. Listen carefully. Related words and the words which can occur before and after it. What is this technique called? Options: dictation, note making, collocation, conversations. Here the right answer is collocation. So we are very much familiar with collocations like a part and parcel, deep sorrow, hearty congratulations. All these are nothing but actually collocations which are familiar with the words before or after it. Right. Next question. The first generation learners are those who are. We're talking about the first generation learners are those who are learning Hindi for the first time, learning English for the first time, the first from their family to come to school, coming first time to school to seek admission. Here the right answer is learning English for the first time. So those people who learn English for the first time are known as the first generation learners. They are known as the first generation learners. Next question. A word gets its meaning. A word gets its meaning from dictionary only, from spelling, from its origin. It gets meaning in relation to its context. So the question is very simple. A word gets meaning. A word gets meaning from its origin. Remember, every word has a root, and from that particular origin or root we get meaning of words. Next question. When we sing a rhyme in an English language classroom, we dash. When we sing a rhyme in an English classroom, so what is the intention of singing rhymes in the class? Options. Familiarize the learner with the English sounds. Teach them to read. Teach learners to understand the words. Teach them to learn to sing. Very interesting bit. What is the intention behind singing a rhyme in an English classroom? The real intention of singing a rhyme in an English classroom is teach learners to understand the words. The intention behind rhyming is never to familiarize this learner with the English sounds or pronunciation. We give least priority for the pronunciation, but we give highest priority for teaching learners to understand the words. Okay, next question. Which one of the following is not true about the status of English language across the world? Across the world. Here this is not word, world. Okay. Come back. Right. Which, I repeat the question, which one of the following is not true about the status of English language across the world? Options. English as a foreign language, English as a second language, English as a heritage language, English as a native language. Here, so we are asking about which one of the statement is not true. Hence, the right answer is option 4, that is English as a native language. Next question. The study of words and their meanings is known as, we're talking about the study of words and their meanings is known as, right answer is actually semantics. So here the options are there: phonetics, linguistics, syntax, semantics. Remember, semantics is nothing but the study of words and their meanings. Syntax is the study of structures. And phonetics is a study of sounds. Linguistics is the study of a language origin. So hence the right answer is, so semantics, which is also known as the study of words and their meanings. And their meanings. Hence the right answer is option 4, that is a semantics. Next question. Which one of the following is not a language component? Grammar, speech, sound system, and manuscript. Here the right answer is manuscript. So we're talking about a language component. So what are the parts of a language? Grammar is a part of a language, speech is a part of a language, and sound system is also part of a language. But we do not intend, or we do not refer to a manuscript as a language component. Next question. The second language should be taught through. The second language should be taught through which means? Options. Mother tongue and translation, using the target language as much as it is possible, learner background and talent, grammar and the rules of language. Here the right answer is option 2, that is using the target language as much as it is possible. The second language is very much possible, or like it is easy to learn second language by using the target language as much as it is possible. Next question. There are 44 sounds in English. Out of these, how many sounds are vowels? How many sounds are vowels? How many sounds are consonants respectively? We know that there are 44 sounds, and among these, how many vowels, and how many consonants? Options 22, 22, 5, 39, 10, 34, 20, 24. Right option is option 4, that is a 20, 24. According to IPA, which means International Phonetic Alphabet. International Phonetic Alphabet. According to IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet, there are 44 English sounds. And among these 44, 20 are known as vowels and 24 are known as consonants. So friends, so far we have discussed English pedagogy and the first chapter known as language and acquisition. In this particular chapter, so far 22 bits were asked from various seated previous questions. So I request everyone to go through and learn them. I wish